The Markkula Center for Applied Ethics and the Silicon Valley National Association of Corporate Directors presents
My name is Jim Balassone, Executive in Residence at the Markkula Center for Applied Ethics at Santa Clara University. For many years, the Ethics Center has enjoyed a strong partnership with the Silicon Valley chapter of NACD, focusing on good corporate governance and ethical behavior at the board level. This is the third in a series of podcasts focused on the role and responsibilities of corporate directors. We're very pleased today to have Dick Levy, Chairman of Varian Medical Systems, share his experience as both a chairman, a board member, and a member of senior management. Dick, in today's world, what's the real job of a corporate board?
The traditional job of a corporate board, corporate governance, is certainly to look after the interests of shareholders, also to oversee the financial performance and the compliance with regulations of the company, to weigh in on strategy and add value to the strategic deliberations of management, to understand the risks the company faces and make sure there are plans in place to deal with those risks. And finally, maybe even most important, is to evaluate, compensate, and hire and fire the CEO and perhaps other senior managers.
On your many years of experience, what are the characteristics of an effective board?
Certainly an effective board has to understand the traditional compliance and fiduciary responsibilities. And there are literally hundreds, maybe thousands of books, symposia, articles written about federal regulations for business, regulations for compliance, how to do CEO succession planning, how to do strategic planning, etc. Boards have to be reasonably familiar with these requirements. At the same time, I think a board has to add value to the company. And value can be added only if the board brings a different perspective than management might have. So for example, if the management team is all white males at 60 years old, and the board is also white males at 60 years old from the same industry, that's not adding a new dimension. Boards should be diverse. They should have people who come from different industries, different sex, different ethnic backgrounds, different parts of the world.
We've talked about your belief that a corporation needs both a heart and a soul. Could you share with us more of that analogy?
Well, in the human body, the heart is responsible for day-to-day survival and the health of the human being. But just survival is not good enough in a human being. Human beings need to have meaning in their life. They need to have a soul, you might say. I think the same is true of companies. Companies need to make money, but they also have to be doing something that serves the common good. So let me give you an example of that. Many years ago, the company that I was involved with developed a new product which was intended to do a better job of curing cancer. The customers loved the product. They were buying it, revenue was going up, profits were going up. We were very, very happy with the results. But somebody on the board said, well, do we really know that this product is curing more cancer? Well, we checked, the company checked, and found that most of the customers were not using it to full advantage. Some weren't using it at all, the way it was intended to be used. So this led the company to improving the software to make it more user-friendly and to adding training programs to help the customers use the problem more effectively. The result was even more growth and more success for the company. If the board had just concentrated on how much money was coming in the door, that question never would have been asked. But in asking that question, I think the board fulfilled another responsibility, and that's to make sure the company has soul, to make sure the company is doing something that helps humanity.
If you could expand on that question, Dick, who's the heart and who's the soul in your analogy?
Management is definitely the heart. The question is, who is the soul? Sometime it's going to be management. Sometimes it might be the board. But I believe it's the obligation of the board, the ethical obligation of the board, to make sure that somebody is playing that role.
Thank you, Dick. This concludes this segment of our podcast. Please join us for the next section where we'll continue our discussion with Dick Levy.